Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Safety Systems. You see the website right there. When it comes to protecting your property, your home, your valuables, your family, nobody has more cutting-edge equipment at better prices than Safety Systems. They put security in the palm of your hand. Safety Systems. Call VFL J.J. Surlis this week. Okay, Peyton Manning retired on Monday in an emotional going-away speech that was roundly praised by football fans everywhere. Mike, you guys with the Knoxville News Sentinel, 40 pages today, an extremely ambitious effort there. Really good stuff for Vol fans. I'm sure there are people, that's on the floor and they're just curled up on it right now, loving on it.
Go buy several of them.
Go buy several of them. I want to know very quickly, 30, 45 seconds each, your number one memory, standout memory, favorite, whatever it is, of Peyton Manning during his time at Tennessee. What's the number one thing you remember about him at Tennessee, Chuck Cavaleris?
I would throw in like one of the bootlegs, a bootleg that he runs. And also, almost 19 years ago, even the press conference when he announces he's coming back. So,
so we got a couple of bootlegs and the press conference. Yeah, Jimmy, I'll ask you to whittle it down. What is the one standout memory you'll have of Peyton Manning? Good, bad, other?
It's a memory that not a lot of people would point to, but in trying to dissect whether or not this guy was going to be a great quarterback, they were playing an Arkansas team with a defensive coordinator named Joe Lee Dunn. It was Peyton's sophomore year. Mm-hmm. And Joe Lee Dunn was a master at throwing up a bunch of disguises. He'd blitz 9. He'd rush 2 and drop back 9. He was doing all kind of unorthodox things, and all Tennessee did was score about 45 points, and I think Manning threw for almost 400 yards. When he picked apart one of the most diverse and complex defensive coordinators in the game, that sold me that this guy's going to be a terrific quarterback.
Okay, about 30 seconds or
I'm going to go one play. It was at Georgia. I don't remember what year, but it was third and short, whatever. And correct me if I remember this wrong.
It's just the bounce out.
The quarterback sneak.
Yeah, quarterback sneak. Yeah. It's completely jammed up. He backs out, rolls out to his right, and throws a touchdown to somebody right there on the edge of the end zone.
It was his junior year. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bob Hodge.
SEC championship game. Tennessee's not playing very well, and Peyton Manning throws about a perfect pass as you're ever going to see to Marcus Nash, which gets Tennessee the win, and that pretty much summed it up for me. I mean, it was the perfect pass, and he didn't have that gun of an arm, just that loopy kind of long release and just perfect pass. So that's the play that stands out to me.
What stands out to me is I was in the locker room in Starkville, Mississippi, his freshman year after Tennessee had lost. And this guy is so thin, I swear his chest is concave. He's razor thin, like any teenager's got acne. There's just nothing. He looked okay, didn't look great yet. So there's nothing about him that says, he's going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the game. But he stood there, and it was like you were talking to a 35-year-old man. That stood out to me right then, that even as a freshman, and part of it was the family he grew up in, but you could tell right away, up here, he's so far ahead of everyone else. And he certainly lived into that. And I think that's one of the reasons he became one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. All right, when we come back, I'm going to tell you the huge impact, the biggest impact that Peyton Manning made on Tennessee. It wasn't on the field. We'll discuss that next, and I'll tell you what you should want him to do next. Come on back on the Sports Source.